I'm still a total mess.
Really? Seriously? This is not comfortable. Hello, foodie. 'Tis I, Fat Cow. I wish to vent. We're all allowed to do that once in a while, aren't we? Who knows? I might even, impart some life lessons. Anyway, with regards to your last video that you uploaded, we have an awful lot to talk about, don't we?
We have some coleslaw. We have some 2 chicken breasts. Salah doesn't like the breasts. Yes, wait your turn. Wait your turn, man. And we have some giant potato slices. And it's delicious. So let's dig in. Let's dig in. Bismillah, beauty bites. I love coleslaw. Today's cheat day.
Your cheat day? Your cheat day, right. Well, we all knew it was coming and is of absolutely no surprise, particularly with the defiant way that you presented the food in the first place.
I have a bit of a beef I have to discuss.
Salah, everything that Foodie said in that video was not aimed at the people who watch her on the internet. It wasn't aimed at her beezers, it wasn't aimed at the random subscribers, and it wasn't aimed at the haters either. It was aimed at you. This is what we call being passive-aggressive.
I'm tired. I can't eat with the spoon. It's messy.
That little performance, Salah, was for you. Looking directly into the camera while shoving coleslaw in her mouth, looking directly at you as if to say, F you and you're being demure.
When I look exhausted, like I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm trying so hard to be demure. And I feel a lot of pressure to be like, excuse me.
Foodie, is that what you think being demure is? Is that your idea of femininity? We're not effing Jessica Rabbit. We're not cartoons. We're not Betty Boop. No. We're not all like, my heart, it doth beateth so for that masculine man with his masculine walk. I fear I will swoon. Please, I only eat salad, for red meat is far too aggressive for me. Please. What lens did you grow up seeing the world through? Seriously.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is just going to be me and of course some Caesar juice, which is my favorite orange and carrot juice from here. It's so good.
Hello, it's just me talking. It's just me and my iced coffee, which is from Tesco's and is delicious.
It feels literally like, I don't know, but I just need a day of like letting it out, you know? So here we are. I know you guys would like me to go back to being a total mess.
Go back. Go back to when you were a total mess? You mean Canada? Not Thailand, which was, bloody hell, not even 2 weeks ago.
So good. I could eat like 1,000 probably. Well, it depends what you think healthy is, Tracy, but yeah, I mean, they have it probably, but I don't know.
Foodie. No. We do not want you to go back to Canada, where you took copious amounts of drugs, drank huge amounts of alcohol, and slept with anything that looked in your direction, as long as it had a pulse and a penis. We want you to go back to Canada, where when you weren't high, stoned, drunk, or throwing your lady bits at other people, you had some semblance of independence, some semblance of the possibility of the chance of possibly getting help, and that little spark of joy you had before you came to Kuwait. That's what we want you to go back to.
Go back to? I'm still a total mess. Why do you hide your bodily functions from us now?
Oh no. What was the oh no for? Nothing. I cannot go anywhere with this flu. This cough and...
I'm in the Middle East. Do you want me to get arrested for public indecency?
Okay, I'm going to read this bit because it's actually quite serious. What counts as public indecency in Kuwait? The following are punishable by law: the importation and consumption of alcohol, the importation and consumption of pornography, homosexuality, prostitution, cohabitation, revealing clothing, the importation and consumption of pork products, eating or drinking in public during Ramadan. It's not an earthquake, it is a cat having a scratch on my table. Making an indecent sign or an act in a public place. This means anything from making out, giving the middle finger, or writing a swear word, like graffiti. What is not punishable by law, and what quite frankly I would consider ridiculous to be punishable by law, but may be considered a tad humiliating and embarrassing by... I'm not moving her off the table, she lives here too. Might be considered shameful and embarrassing by, say, one's husband and one's husband's family and friends, is the passing of gas, pooping one's self, swearing, cursing, criticising others' religions, eating with your mouth full, eating to excess, getting high.
I'm in a weird mood today. She controls my life.
Salah, she's actually talking about you.
Why am I in such a weird mood? Did I take my meds today? Anyway, I call this Goral dinner. So it's my cheat day.
Also, we know you had to fight to have that cheat meal. And yes, you won. And yes, you feel victorious. Salah, you're a doormat. You're the underdog. You're under her thumb. Foodie controls you. You do not control Foodie. She might give you the illusion of control sometimes, but that's only an illusion. Let me see. During the argument about this food, possibly, she might have brought up the fact that maybe you and her will be going to Canada this Christmas. Well, let me tell you something, Salah. Foodie has absolutely no intention of taking you to Canada. No. Some convenient excuse is going to pop up nearer the time. But she never intended to take you to Canada. She's done with Canada. It's finished. Don't put that on your wish list or your bucket list. Canada is never going to happen. But she can dangle Canada in front of you like a carrot, much in the same way as you dangle fast food in front of Chantel to get her to do things like go out, go for a walk, exercise, go swimming. Her donut, her Simpsons donut, is your Canada.
I'm sitting here eating chicken skin with you fine people. Am I feeling guilty about my cheat day? Ask me in an hour. The chicken skins in Thailand were toxic. But the chicken skin here doesn't seem to affect me as bad.
Foodie, you said the fried chicken skin in Kuwait does not affect you in the same way as the toxic fried chicken in Thailand did. I would like to know, how do you know this, considering that you are presenting this cheat meal as being the very, very first takeaway meal that you have had since arriving back from Thailand? How do you know it doesn't affect you the same way unless you've already eaten it?
So I don't feel like myself. I feel like I'm trying to be somebody I'm not. I've changed a lot. I know people refuse to believe that and are looking for all kinds of evidence and, just trying to counter that. But I have changed a lot. Someone who should be acting 40.
You are either deliberately twisting what was asked of you, or you misunderstood what is being asked of you. No one is asking you to act 40. People, Salah, are asking you to be an effing adult.
Be acting a certain way. Demure.
Firstly, what is your issue with femininity? What is the problem? Is femininity such a bad thing in your eyes? I mean, seriously. Is it an insult to be called feminine? Or are feminine women a threat? Is it seen as a weakness? Is being a woman a weakness, in your opinion? I mean, it is very obvious that you do not view women in a very good light, despite the fact you are one. I mean, are they really such a threat to you? You with your confidence and your bravo and your, dare I say, arrogance?
Anyway, I mean, I'm happy. I just can't.
If this is what being happy looks like, I don't want it.
Always acts feminine.
No, Foodie, again, you are willfully changing the narrative to suit yourself and making you look like a victim. Nobody, Salah, is asking you to be feminine, whatever the F that is. I believe, personally, and I will elaborate in a move, what Salah is asking you to do is to be respectful, to have just a shred of common human decency and treat people with respect and manners. You know, the whole not eating when your mouth is full, completing the sentence before putting food in your mouth, and then not doing the next sentence until your mouth is empty. The not eating of the coleslaw, even in defiance, directly off the plate. Not licking plates clean, not drinking gravy. Not picking your nose and then doing your teeth and then picking your nose again. Not smelling under your arms, not smelling socks. You know, common human decency. What a novel concept.
And demure.
Now, why I think it's being asked of you and why you think it's not fair, I shall elaborate. Let me explain. For 12 years, I resided in a Middle Eastern country. I went there for work. For 11 and a half of those 12 years, I dated and subsequently married a Muslim man from said Middle Eastern country. Now, everything was fine and dandy while we were just dating. But the minute we married, I was an ambassador for the family, an ambassador for him, and everything I did reflected on him and his family and their reputation. And if I brought shame on the family for not being the example of the perfect wife, then oh dearie me. If you didn't greet people in the appropriate way, if you didn't play hostess in the appropriate way, if you didn't offer tea upon them arriving, and then some snacks and some cakes and then some more tea, and kept everything refilled and the plates up to date and everything, if you didn't make eye contact when talking to everybody, if you weren't engaging in the conversation, if you were in a bad mood, you had to pretend to be happy. Everything I did was a reflection on him and his status and his ability and how good a wife he was able to have.
I'll have the salad.
This is what Salah is asking of you, as a Middle Eastern man, not as a Muslim man, as a Middle Eastern man in the country of Kuwait, the country you chose to move to. Okay? You chose to live in the country where it is expected for the wife to be a representation of her husband. Now, granted, your husband isn't exactly held in high regard as it is. We all know what he did, we all know what he likes, and we all know what he still likes. He's just not sharing it with you. Anyway, I digress. It is patriarchal, it is medieval, it is what it is. It's not a criticism, it's just the culture. Okay? The culture you have chosen to live in, to form your life in, the one you're hiding yourself in, expects a certain role from you, and that is what Salah is asking you. He is not asking you to be feminine. He's not asking you to be more womanly. He's asking you to represent him.
I'm eating like a total sow.
Very interesting choice of word. Sow. Yes, you're eating like a sow on purpose to piss off your husband. You use the word sow because in Islam, pigs are considered haram and very, very dirty. Just to make your feelings extra clear. Basically saying, yes, Salah, my loving, supportive, considerate, sexy husband, your wife is being a pig.
Care what you think? No.
And that, in a nutshell, Salah, is everything you need to know about how your wife feels about you. She doesn't care about your opinion.